Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Cole decides on a plan of action, and Ashley collapses in Tucker's arms. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Crimson Lights, Jack leaves Tracy a voicemail asking her to let him know if she hears from Ashley. He'll do the same. Devin walks in and they compare notes on what's stressing them out. Jack doesn't want to get into his family problems, and Devin admits work is bothering him. Jack asks if Billy's making it easier or harder for him. Devin says, exciting. Jack asks, what's Billy done now? They move to the patio and Devin tells Jack the big problem is that Billy convinced Jill to hand over her power to him. He's sure it's 100% Billy's doing. Jack is shocked. Devin complains that he wanted to add the Abbott name to the company, which is how much he respects Catherine and Neil. It tells him all he needs to know about the guy. Jack admits it's the first he heard of it. He hopes it hasn't made things untenable. Devin thinks Billy thrives on conflict. It hasn't been fun. He asks if Jack can talk to him. Jack says Jill putting her trust in Billy isn't something she'd do lightly. He's sure they'll find their way through this and advises that any push for power on Billy's part is usually insecurity. He feels undervalued. Everyone at Chancellor Winters is looking for a way to move the company forward, and Billy now has to be a part of that vision. He urges him to think about what Neil would do. That will be his best way forward. In the ranch basement, Cole says Jordan's name and she startles awake. He asks, what the hell's going on? Jordan realizes it's Cole and not Victor and rushes over to the bars to plead with him to get her out of there. She reaches out to hold him, but Cole pulls back and says he's not going anywhere near her. Jordan's convinced he'll get her out of there because his mother raised him to be a good man. Do you have the key? Cole says there is no key. How did you get in here? We heard that you drowned in that river. Jordan says that was all Victor. He has to help her. Get something to get me out of here. Help me please. I need some food. She keeps pleading and insists she's learned her lesson. I'm reformed. If he gets her out of there, she'll leave town and never return. Cole asks, do you think that I would actually believe you after everything you've done? Jordan invites him to call the cops then. On her, but on Victor too. Get me to an actual prison because I can't take this anymore. Jordan rails at Cole to not just stand there. Do something. He can't, and he can't call the police either. Jordan needles about being his family. He tells her Victoria and Claire are his family and she tried to take them from him. Jordan argues that he can't leave her there, but he walks out. Jordan panics that she's a caged animal. In the park, Nate brings Audra ice cream, and they sit on the bench and banter. He brings up her comment about his bad and good sides, and thinks she's ready to explore her good side too. Audra scoffs that she did her soul searching in her 20s and is done with it. Nate asks, you sure about that? He gets the sense she's still searching for something. What's behind her drive? Talk turns to Noah and Nate says heartbreak can change you and make you put walls around your heart. She wonders if they're talking about her, or him and Victoria. Nate muses, or me and Alina. He used ambition as a distraction. Going back to Tucker, he hopes she's had a wake-up call this time. Everything with that guy is transactional. Audra volleys that maybe this is transactional. Maybe she's hanging out with him for ice cream and job prospects. In the jazz lounge, Ms. Abbott asks if Tucker's going to leave her hanging. She knows he's wounded not only by her, but Audra, who moved on quickly. She asks him to trust in us as they always come back to one another. They're absolutely incredible together. Tucker's not interested because this isn't her. He complains about her ping-ponging. She snaps that losing him made her volatile. Tucker says there is something seriously wrong here. This is not about love. You are going through something right now. He's sitting there watching it happen. Ms. Abbott glares as he agonizes. Ms. Abbott keeps pushing and Tucker tells her everyone is trying to help her right now. She shouts that being apart from his is not helping her. Tucker tells her she needs help. At the Abbott mansion, Tracy and Alan are concerned about Ashley's radio silence. Tracy is trying to figure out what she could have said to coax her into treatment. Alan's been doing the same thing. Tracy tells him about Ashley leaving the first appointment she set up for her. He says people won't seek help until they're ready. Jack comes in and asks when was the last time they saw Ashley. Alan says he saw her at lunch yesterday and he hasn't seen her since. Tracy warns she could be worse off than they think. She could do anything because she's literally not herself. Alan and Jack go over Ashley's memory issues. Alan says she tried to kiss him yesterday, and when he rebuffed her she pouted and took off. Later she was completely different. Jack says that's in line with the personality shifts they'd noticed. Alan says he spoke to Tucker, who has also witnessed these shifts. He also told him he's heard her talking about herself in the third person. It's clear they're dealing with alternate personalities. Jack can't understand what she's protecting herself from. In the jazz lounge, Ms. Abbott needles Tucker about Audra and taunts him about his failed marriage proposal. She doesn't want what you want, but I do. She can never give you what you need, but I can. Ms. Abbott hangs all over him and purrs, "What do I have to do to convince you I'm fine?" He wrangles his way out of her clutches and asks, "Am I speaking to Ashley right now?" Ms. Abbott fumes. Tucker says it's been hard to keep track of. In the park, Nate warns Audra that there will be no coup at Chancellor Winters. He thinks she's up to something though, and it has to do with Glissade. In spite of her joking around, she doesn't seem concerned about finding a new job. So she must have a plan. Audra shrugs at something will turn up. Nate teases that she's very desirable as an employee. Audra asks, "Is that it?" Nate muses that she's spending time with him because she wants to, but he knows they're just friends. Lily appears as Audra wipes ice cream off of his face and they laugh. Lily joins them and Nate says he was just taking a little break. Lily can see that. She tells him not to be late and glares at Audra as she walks away. Nate chuckles that she knows how to make a point. Audra notes she won't be getting any job offers from Lily. They agree to have dinner later. At the ranch, Cole emerges from the secret hideaway and makes his way back to the living room where Victoria and Claire are laughing. They just had the best time grooming the horse. Claire loves everything about the stables, including the smell. Cole paces and broods as they chatter to each other. Victoria tells Claire she has to earn the animal's trust. They realize Cole's distracted and asks what's wrong. Just then Victor walks in. Victoria asks Cole, "What are you doing up here anyway? I thought we were going to meet at the stables." Victor wants to know if he got lost. Cole says he was caught up on a call and asks Claire and Victoria to lunch. Victoria invites Victor, but he has things to do. As they file out, Victor shoots a puzzled look after them. At Chancellor Winters, Lily worries to Devin that Nate and Audra will team up. Devin doesn't think he would waste this second chance and points out that he told them about meeting up with her. It's not like he's hiding anything. Lily doesn't trust Audra and isn't sure she trusts Nate's instincts if he's drawn to her. Nate arrives and assures Devin and Lily he's not offering Audra a job there. She's going through a hard time and he's offering support. She broke things off with Tucker. Lily smirks knowingly at Devin. At society, Claire and Victoria chatter away about horses, and Claire asks Cole what his favorite thing was about working in the stables. Cole doesn't answer. Victoria notes he's a million miles away. Cole just loves to listen to them talk. The conversation turns to Claire wanting to be Harrison's nanny. Claire sighs that it's her dream job, but she said no to Kyle. It's not fair to Summer. Victoria would think she'd want to have a good nanny for Harrison. If she spent any time with her at all, she'd see there is nothing for her to be afraid of.